Internet Computer ICP fell by neither 9% yesterday. It has rallied up a fair amount today, but it is quite concerning to see such a significant drop in such a short space of time. In today's video, I am going to be addressing my kind of thoughts and opinions as to where I think ICP's price action is heading next. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe, and let's jump right down into the charts. So here we have ICP paired up with USDT. We're on the one-day Binance chart here, and we can see a very aggressive move to the downside. Now, this move really started on the 22nd of July. If we actually measure the distance on this entire structure, right the way down to the 5th of August, it was a 42.96% crash for ICP. Now, this in itself, with yesterday's 9.37% move, is a little bit alarming, but we are still within our parameters. Today, we've rallied up already 5.86%. So it isn't like it's completely over. I do think we have some interesting times to come when it comes to ICP. Now, we were looking for this particular range to hold as support, and that's exactly what's happened so far. This is the 624.4 to 6.655. Now, this is a really good area for support at the moment. This is also indicated with these large wicks down here, showing us that we have got support in this range from buyers for ICP, myself included. Now, this is a higher low here on the daily time frame, so that's given us a little bit of strength in the market, but we are concerned over a potential collapse a little bit deeper. There's two things that are potentially unfolding here, and we can take a look at the stochastic RSIs to help us narrow down exactly which one we think is likely to go. We can see on the daily momentum here that we still have some potential moves to the upside, but nothing is a guarantee. You can already see here that this stochastic RSI has been crisscrossing with smoothing of K, which is the white line coming through the chart. This is an indication that momentum keeps shifting backwards and forwards. And this is also noted in the volume profile. So if we take a look here, we can see that as we've had this latest move to the downside, volumes have decreased. And as we had this large push to the downside, volumes had increased. Now, ultimately, with the volumes as they stand right now, the market is quite inconclusive. It doesn't tell us that there's a huge amount of demand for ICP, both in buying or selling pressure. So we want to be a little bit cautious. While the market is not that liquid, as in there are not many buyers or sellers, the market can be very volatile in both directions. And that's going to be something that we can capitalize on, or also something that we want to be a little bit cautious of, because low liquidity also is a problem when it comes to trading. It can give you great opportunities, but if you're not on the right side of it, it can damage you massively. So what's the next move for ICP? Well, it looks to me like we have a three-wave correction to the downside. Following this, we are likely to see another surge to the upside. But there are a few things to be a little bit cautious of. Let me run you through what I think. We have the ability to come up and test out the 50 SMA. This also is an area of previous support and resistance right in this little pocket here. Okay, so this area is between $8.38 and $8.76.9. This area was a previous resistance. We broke through it, we tried to turn it to support, and then we lost it. And this is the area that we're looking for a three-wave pattern to potentially find more resistance on, as you can see right here. Now, if we drop down lower than the previous swing low, coming in right down here at $6.26.6, then this is invalidated. But until then, this is the next move that is highly probable. But we do have to get past that current resistance, which was previous support. So over here on the left of the chart, from the 18th of June all the way through until the 2nd of July, all of this was a support range at $7.50 to $7.88. Most recently, this range has turned into our resistance. So what was support is now resistance, as it was also back here in early July. So this is going to be the first area that we're going to really have to try to push our way through if we want to see some form of good price action and push to the upside. Failure to do so, unfortunately, probably will lead us more to the downside. So how would I be looking to trade this? Well, the trade opportunity here is going to be a long position on any closed positions above that range with a tight stop loss targeting out the previous resistance. That's going to give you a risk reward ratio of around about 2.6, which is exactly kind of what you want. Basically, you're going to get $2.60 for every $1 of risk that you put into the market. Failure to do that and failure to get a closed position there, we might want to go short on the market. Tight stop loss above that range and target a profit around here where the previous buyers are. Again, a 3.96 risk reward ratio, meaning you get $3.96 for every $1 of risk. So that's my approach to this. Wait to get confirmation, breakout, trade. Okay, so what we're going to be looking for is those breakouts, and we're going to be leverage trading either short or long using something like BitGet, which is my go-to platform. If you're not familiar, there's a link to BitGet in the description down below. Some fantastic deals available for new signups, so go ahead and check it out. More details are obviously found in our Discord server as well. So that's going to be the approach. Okay, a very inconclusive market at the moment. Wait for the confirmation and trade accordingly. Now, the good news is that we have this 5-wave structure to the upside, and we were expecting this range to hold. Okay, so as this is kind of what we're looking at, our next move could be a massive break to the upside. And if we are to be using leverage trading, we could be capitalizing in on a fantastic run to the upside for ICP. For example, we get that closed position, tight stop loss. We could be targeting out a new daily high, which would be a fantastic 14 plus risk reward ratio. In that particular scenario, my approach to this would be to have a trailing stop and try to follow this for as long as possible without getting stopped out, of course. This to me looks like it could be a fantastic ABC structure on a larger time frame, A, B, and C, where I do think we're going to have some interesting resistances up here in this previous pocket. I'll go ahead and highlight that right now, right in here, where we can see it between $11.73 and $12.99. Okay, so we want to be aware that there's a few different scenarios here that could play out. All we're doing is basically waiting for those confirmations, and we want to trade accordingly. Okay, so for ICP, I think it's in a really interesting spot right now. Don't necessarily have to be trading right now. We don't have to be buying right now, but I do think it's in a great place for dollar cost averaging. And if we are to be trading, we're going to be trading using BitGet, we're going to be using leverage, and we might as well be waiting for confirmation rather than just jumping in without already to hand. So let me know what your thoughts are on all of this in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Where do you think the next move is for ICP? Let me know. Join us in the Discord. Continue the conversation down there. If you found it useful and informative, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. And if you haven't done so already, check out my other channel here where I do a lot more technical analysis every single day.